And we are so glad you have joined us tonight. Tonight's service is designed for the young and young at heart, and we expect it to be boisterous and lively, just like the stable was many, many years ago. Anyone who would like to be an angel or a shepherd is welcome to do so, and if you have yet to get your halo and wings or headpiece, you can head right over to the playground over here and get fitted for the service. Tonight we're not going to pass the offering plate, but our offering tonight is very important and meaningful to the mission of this church. As you leave, the ushers will be standing at the door with offering plates, and we welcome your generosity. All gifts, unless designated otherwise, will go to the Christmas Fund, which supports low-income and retired clergy of the United Church of Christ. Tomorrow morning, if you're up, we will have a service at 10 o'clock. I will be sharing a tender Christmas story, and we will also be sharing communion together. And you're welcome to join us here in the sanctuary or online for the service as you wish. Now let us begin our worship.
This Advent we have waited. This Advent we have waited for family to arrive.
We have waited, singing, O come, Emmanuel.
We have waited for the casseroles to bake.
We have waited for snow to fall.
We have waited in department store lines.
We have waited by fireplaces and around dinner tables.
We have waited to raise our candles. We have waited to sing away in the manger. We have waited for the magic of this day. And now the wait is over. It's Christmas, which means God is here and you are loved.
May that truth change you. May it inspire you, challenge you, and burn in you like the light from these candles.
For tonight, we light the candles of hope, peace, love, and joy to remind us of our journey to this space. And to those lights, we add the Christ candle, for the wait is over.
Love is here. Thanks to God. Amen.
Beautiful job. So, friends, tonight we begin our story in the little town called Bethlehem. And that means that we are going to need some villagers. And that means you. Yes, all of you are going to be the people of Bethlehem. So every time you hear our friends Owen and Rebecca, who will be right up front, Owen and Rebecca, whenever they say, "It's so bright," I want all of you to say, "What's up with that?" So they might say something like, "I've never seen a star like that. It's so bright." What's up with that? Excellent. So one evening in Bethlehem, 2 villagers were coming home from work. They were sore and tired from working in the fields all day, but they stopped in the middle of the street and looked up at the sky.
You know, I'm getting kind of annoyed with this whole star thing. Where did it come from anyway?
I know what you mean, and I can't get away from it. It keeps me awake at night because it's so bright.
What's up with that?
Good question. What is up with that? What's up with a star that just happens to appear out of nowhere?
Perhaps it's a sign, an omen of some kind. Perhaps something very, very good or very, very bad is going to happen. Because you know, it's so bright.
What's up with that?
Yeah, I'm not really into this whole omen thing. I'm more science-based.
Sure, but the evidence suggests that such a star is likely to bring many things to our little village. People will come to gaze upon it, to learn about it, because you can't ignore the fact that it's so bright.
With that?
Good question. I have a feeling we'll find out. This is a story still unfolding.
Indeed it is. Good job, Owen and Rebecca. And please, now everyone rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing the first Noel. Thank you. So while folks in Bethlehem were perusing the sky and wondering what is up with that, there were 2 people who had just arrived in town, Joseph and Mary. They had to go to Bethlehem because of a nasty new tax law, even though Mary was very, very, very close to having her baby. They had to travel almost 100 miles with the help of a friendly donkey. But in Bethlehem, they found that all the inns and hotels and Airbnbs were full or closed or just cost too much. Finally, one innkeeper told them that they could stay in the stables with all the animals. And in that stable, there was a cow, a duck, and a horse. So in this scene, Connor, Liam, Sabine, and Rebecca will say the words that the animals say to each other. But of course, Mary and Joseph can't understand them. So every time I say, but all Mary and Joseph heard was, I want all of you to make an animal sound of your choosing. So let's try it. I'll say something like, the animals just kept talking and talking to each other, but all Mary and Joseph heard was, awesome. So, a cow, a duck, and a horse were just hanging out in the stable late one night when all of a sudden the door opens and a man and a very pregnant woman and their donkey come inside and make themselves at home.
Moo! Who let them in here? They don't belong in the stable.
Yeah, they should be in the inn with the other human types.
Nay, I mean, what were they thinking?
But all Mary and Joseph heard was,
You think they'd just stay home at a time like this? Yeah, yeah, or plan ahead a little so they had a place waiting for them.
And maybe save up some money ahead of time, too.
but all Mary and Joseph heard was,
It's just bad planning on their parts. Yep, typical human type mistake.
I wish they'd go back where they belong.
but all Mary and Joseph heard was, Finally, after all this, the tired old donkey lifted her head. She looked at the cow and the duck and the horse, and she said,
Hee-haw, why don't you try it? You try riding 90 miles on the back of an old swayback donkey like me, when you're so pregnant you can't even see your feet. You try being an expectant dad worried about the woman you love and the vulnerable child she's carrying. You try being me, watching every step I take, and all sorts of bad roads so you don't jostle this woman who's trying to get here to safety. My fellow animals, you're not being very understanding.
After hearing this, the cow, the duck, and the horse, they felt very, very bad about being so judgy. And they cried out,
I'm so sorry. I'll offer them some milk. I'm sorry, I'll leave them an egg.
I'm sorry, I'll take them wherever they need to go.
but all Mary and Joseph heard was, Now let's rise and sing Hark the Herald Angels. So, friends, for this next scene, I need you to play perhaps the most important role. In fact, I need all of you, the whole congregation, to be baby Jesus. So, the first sound that most babies make is a loud cry. But not this baby. Nope. This baby looks around and he sees a cow with big brown eyes and a horse with a long nose. And then he sees this donkey with tall ears, and sitting on the donkey's head is the duck. So the first sound that baby Jesus makes isn't a cry, it's a laugh, a big, big laugh. So you got it. Every time the innkeeper says, "What was that noise?" you're all gonna laugh. So let's practice. Gee, I was sleeping so nice and quiet, and suddenly I heard something. What was that noise? Excellent. And to play the innkeeper, we have special guest star Owen. Here's what's going on. The innkeeper told Mary and Joseph that they'd have to sleep in the barn. And now he's tossing and turning in his bed.
I don't know what it is, but I just can't sleep tonight. For one thing, those animals are making a heck of a lot of noise. But when I finally got to sleep, I thought I heard something. Now what was that noise? There it is again.
So the innkeeper woke up his partner, who could sleep through just about anything, and asked,
Did you hear something? I'm sure I heard something. What was that noise?
But the innkeeper's partner just rolled on over and went back to sleep. So the innkeeper, he went outside to see what he could find. But the streets, they were empty and silent. Still, he knew that something was out there, and he wondered aloud.
What was that noise? There it is again. It sounds like it's coming from the stables. I'll go check it out.
So the innkeeper went across the courtyard and through the stable door, and there was Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus, and who had been kicked out of his inn just that afternoon. And the innkeeper said to them,
I'm sorry I made you sleep in the stable, and I'm sorry that I'm barging in on you like this, but I have to know, what was that noise? Oh my gosh, it's your baby?
And the innkeeper realized it was the newborn baby who had been laughing all along. And suddenly, the innkeeper was full of love for this vulnerable little child, and full of hope too. And the innkeeper said to Mary and Joseph,
I'm going to go tell everyone that you have the most wonderful baby with the most wonderful laugh there ever was.
And the innkeeper ran out into the streets to tell everyone the good news. So please join us in singing Joy to the World. All right, so now we are out in the fields with the shepherds. So I want all the shepherds in the pews to come and join us, and all the angels too. So if you would come right up and sit on these red steps, that would be awesome. Great job. So, sometimes, as you may know, angels talk to us and we don't even know it. If we're lucky, we might hear something like, ah. So every time you hear me say, the angel said, you're going to sing, ah. Beautiful. So, let's practice one more time. The shepherd said to the angels, hey, what should we do? And the angels said, great. For this scene, we have more special guest stars. We've got Rebecca, another Rebecca, and Caroline. So here's the deal. These are 3 shepherds out watching their sheep. 2 of them are fast asleep, and the 3rd is staring up at that bright star we talked about in the sky. The shepherd who's awake starts to notice that there are some new stars shining alongside that bright star. Actually, a lot of new stars. And the stars are getting bigger and bigger. And the shepherd realizes those aren't stars, but angels, flying towards them, getting closer and closer. So the shepherd wakes up the other 2 and points to the sky, and all of them look at a whole host of angels. And the angels said,
What'd they say? I don't know. I couldn't understand a word.
They said we have to go to Bethlehem.
Wait, you speak angel? Why didn't you tell us?
Just something I picked up.
and the angels said,
What'd they say that this time? Yeah, come on. What's the deal?
Well, loosely translated, something like, do not be afraid, for see, I am bringing you good news of great joy for all people. To you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign for you. You will find a child wrapped in bands of cloth and lying in a manger.
They said all that? Very efficient language.
Wait, there's more.
And the angels said,
Well, now what?
They said, "Glory to the God in the highest heaven, and on earth peace, goodwill among people." Come on, let's go to Bethlehem and see what it's all about.
So they went with haste, and they found Mary and Joseph and the child lying in the manger. And the angels smiled down upon them and said, Now, as we're gathered here, all of us around this child, Emmanuel, God with us, let's take a moment to quiet our hearts. The wait is over. Love has come to us. Let us give thanks for the mystery of this gift as our shepherds and angels and all of our villagers lead us in singing Away in a Manger. So you can all stand up. Beautiful. Now, I know, friends, that it's been a lot tonight already, but I hope that you remember all your cues, because we're going to do all of them right now. So everyone came together on the streets of Bethlehem, gathering in a big crowd around the stable. Some of the townspeople looked up at the star and said, and the animals inside the stable were talking a mile a minute about the new baby and its beautiful laugh. But all Mary and Joseph heard was, and the shepherds, they were there too, and a host of angels hovering above them. And the angels said, and the newborn baby looked up at all the people and all the animal and all the angels gathered around together on that cold night. And he made a little sound. And the innkeeper leaned forward. And even though he knew the answer, he whispered with a heart full of love, "What was that noise?" Jesus Christ is born. So let's sing, Go Tell It on the Mountain. Listen to the angels. Do not be afraid, it's good news. Now may you go forth from this place like the shepherds, eager to see what God is doing here. And may the joy of this little baby give you courage to find love and see God in the most unexpected places. Amen. he was.